Hi, this is Chris McClune with Fire Apparatus and Emergency Equipment, and I'm here at FDIC International 2018. I'm in the HME booth right now with Rich Lagerquist, and he is the Chief Engineer at HME. He's going to talk to us a little bit about this chassis behind us. It's brand new and just introduced at the show. Rich?
Thanks, Chris. Behind me here is the AF1. It features a one-piece windshield, a new stylized grille, headlights, and turn signals. If we can move over here, I can show you a little bit about the new interior.
Okay, we're around the driver's side of the truck now, where HME has done a lot of work to infuse technology into the whole driver experience. So Rich, could you tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here?
Sure, Chris. What we've done here is we've got a carbon fiber brow and bezels that are around our digital touchscreen instrument panels. Also features a Zolatone covered composite dash and armrest. All of our warning lights on both the officer and driver's side are also a digital touchscreen. And we can move around over here to the pump.
Well, you may remember last year at FDIC International, HME introduced the AF2000 pump, and now they've gone to great lengths to really incorporate it into their new flagship chassis. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how the pump is now all working with this?
All right, Chris, what we've done here with the AF1 is we've looked at the front, we've got the new stylized features, and we've got the new cockpit and the virtual engineer. Also, to tie that all together to make our custom AF1 chassis, we've included our own proprietary AF2000 stainless steel volute pump. In addition to that, we also, in this chassis, we're offering galvanized frame rails. At this time, I think I'd like to have you guys talk with Ken Lenz, the VP of Engineering at HME Aarons Fox, about our Wildland Urban Interface truck, the WUI, next door.
I'm now here with Ken Lenz. He's the Vice President of Engineering at HME Aarons Fox, and we're going to talk about this truck behind us, its latest Wildland Urban Interface truck. But before we do that, Ken, why don't you tell me about the legacy of HME when it comes to Wildland Urban Interface apparatus?
Sure, Chris. Thanks for coming. HME has been involved with the wildland people out in California for CAL FIRE, as well as OES for over 20 years. And in the process, we have built well over 100 Type 1 vehicles and a couple hundred Type 3s. So we've become accustomed to understanding what it is that they've had with their shortcomings, their likes and their dislikes of both types of vehicles. Recently, we've had the customer talking with us in regards to what if we were to take a Type 1 and put an all-wheel drive axle underneath it? Well, little did they know, for the last few years we've been working on a parallel project, and what we've done here today is we've taken a Type 1 apparatus and a Type 3 apparatus and took the finer points and also solved some of their issues and put them all into one package. We call this a WUI, Wildland Urban Interface.
Can you get into a little bit of the specifics about the truck?
Sure. We started out with a custom cab. This is the SFO cab, which is typified on a Type 1 apparatus. A little bit more room inside of it than what we've had with the other SFO cabs. We've gone to a 60-inch rear overhang instead of a 54. This is also an all-wheel drive configuration, typified with what we use in a Type 3 application, where we're getting out and we're fighting fires up in the hills, in the mountains, down in the valleys, and they need to have superior maneuverability, fording rivers, climbing rocks, all those types of things. So we've got the all-wheel drive. The room in the back for when these guys are running a strike team. They may run 400 miles in the back of this truck to get out to a fire or an incident where they're called. So we foundationed it with our SFO product.
One of the concepts that went into the design of this truck is a new way of distributing water, and HME Aarons Fox calls it distributed water flow. Could you tell me a little bit about what that means and the whole concept of it?
What we did is, if you take a look at a typical pumper that we use today in structure firefighting, and even in a wildland, we got a pump panel. So we've got this great big area that we've placed all of our plumbing, put our discharges, our intakes, and whatnot, and then sometimes we'll sprinkle some around the truck. On distributed water flow, what we did is we completely take that pump panel and dismember it. We take the valves and controls, move them around on the vehicle to where the discharges are necessary, put the intakes where they're necessary. Like, for example, here's a hose reel. The hose reel controls are up top. They're not down here. So we moved everything to where it needed to be positioned to be deployed on the vehicle.
And what we're actually looking at here, believe it or not, is the pump panel in the form of this pump control module. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
We've gone to a complete electric pump panel control. It controls electric valves all the way around the truck, pressure governor, switches, automatic pressure for the priming system. We have our foam controller. This is the heartbeat of the truck. We can take this screen, we can put it on the door, we can put it in the cab, we can put it on the other side, we can put one on this side, one on the other side. So it's the heartbeat of the truck, and you can control it from anywhere.
Safety is always a major factor in any apparatus build, and HME Aaron's Fox has taken a little more time to address egress to the top of the vehicle. So Ken, could you tell us what you did about that?
Sure, what we did is we made it safer by putting an egress slider in instead of the individual small steps that go on the top. They got an out-of-county box, they got to put their personal gear and stuff like that, so we felt it necessary to give them a safer egress.
Okay. Thank you again for taking time out. I know it's hard to carve out time at these big shows, but if anyone needs to get more information on HME Aaron's Fox, how can they contact you?
Absolutely. You can check us on the web at firetrucks.com.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Chris.